right? So be paying attention to two areas, right? The first one being the break, right? You want to see price break above a previous high, or you want to see price break below a previous low, right? So for just this example, we're gonna just call this a break of structure, right? Now, as you guys know, you may have a situation where it may be known as a change of character, etc. We don't want to get into all the specifics and all the jargon. You just keep it simple because I want you to understand, all right? So that when you look at the market, you know, okay, this is what I am looking for. Okay, is that okay? Like we don't need to get into all the jargon and so forth, right? Just let me know that's good, that's cool. All right, I want you to understand. The jargon that's all well and good, but if you're understanding, like it don't make sense. You would just sound like I don't say that. Sound like a highfalutin idiot, right? You just know a lot, but don't do a lot. We don't want that. We want that you actually understand and are able to apply as well. Right? That's cool. Let me know in the chat. Right? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. All right. Cool. Now, so this is the first thing. All right. So we're looking for this. All right. We're looking for a break to the upside or looking for a break to the downside. No, let's take this, let's apply this to the chart immediately. All right. Let me just so that we make sense of it. All right. You don't gotta guess. I'm gonna put it together one time. Okay. You're looking for breaks to the upside or you're looking for breaks to the downside. So for example, this scenario here, right? This, right, was your move up here. This was the push back down right here, right? And you got one. So I'm gonna make it look exactly what I just showed you guys. You have here, boom, price broke above this high. Okay, so you got price to like this, boom, and broke above this high. Right here as well, right? Remember, you're looking for the market to break above previous highs. So here, you also got price break above this area right here. Okay, everybody following? Everybody tracking? All right. So that's to the upside. Let me show you to the downside. All right. Same principle, same thing. Now you have price push down. This is a low here. And you have the market push back up. And then boom, we break to we broke below a previous low. Okay. So we're establishing direction, immediately. Okay. We get an idea of, okay, this is the bias, that I'm going for. I'm looking to sell this market or I'm looking to buy this market, right? I'm not looking to do anything else, right? I'm looking to, just I'm looking for that break to give me an idea of whether I am looking to buy or to sell. That's it. Okay. This could be on any time frame. It really and truly does not matter, right? But when it comes to getting entries and so forth in the market, we are going to be on that 5 minute time frame. Okay. All right. Just want to emphasize that. But like I said, it doesn't matter the time frame that you're on. So if you are on, for example, a 1 hour time frame, I just give you examples. You got here, price push back down, and then you got price break here to the upside, right? You got price then break here to the upside, and right, so then we know, okay, we are looking for buys, right? You get that break, every time you get that break, right, you are always going to be looking for the buys. Okay. If it is a break to the downside, all right, then likewise, you're looking for the opposite direction. Okay. You're looking for the opposite direction. Now, and here's the thing, and I want you to take note of this, all right? If the truth is that in itself is not going to work every single time. If it would, everybody would be rich trading. right? Everybody will be worth trading, right? It's just understanding that trading is probabilities. Yeah. So sometimes it's going to play out, sometimes it won't, right? But more often than not, trust and believe it will. Okay. So just grasp the principle, understand, okay, this is how the markets move. Okay. This is what I'm going to be looking for. If I want to establish my direction in the market, where did I get the break? Right? That's literally when I approach the markets. That's one of the first things I ask myself. Okay, where was the last break? Where did the price break above? Last high, last low. The price break above, the price break below. Right, and then all of that, I establish direction. I establish what I'm looking for. All right. Now, every time, of course, it's not going to be a long-term buys or long-term sells, just based on where you are in the market. Okay, so I'm just giving you this disclaimer so that you understand. Okay, now every time is going to be long term. Sometimes it may be a short term buy, sometimes it may be a short term sell, right? But it's going to depend overall, of course, on the overall trend of the market. Okay, that's where you would know whether it's a long term buy or long term sell, or whether it's just short term, buys or short term sells. Okay, so like I said, just giving you so that you understand, these simple principles, right? Now, like I mentioned, right? Like I mentioned, it doesn't matter the time frame. As you can see, as we go through these charts, right, over and over again. For example, you got the push here, market pull back here, boom, price pushed up here, right? Broke above this, right? Then okay, we're looking for lights. Okay, then you got a break here, market came back down, right? So after you got the break, boom, prices up here. You know that you are looking for bites. Okay, same thing. And because price has been, of course, trending up significantly on gold for some time, right? Most of what you're going to see is going to be bites, right? Most of what you're going to see is going to be buys on the higher time frame. So on that 1 hour time frame, you're seeing a lot of breaks to the upside, right? So price broke here, right? Pushed up. Okay. You're looking for buys. Yeah. Everybody see what I'm saying? All right. Just let me know in the chat. Be all clear. Okay. Just let me know if we are all clear. Let me see what was anything was trending down for some time. Okay, cool. So the USD CAD was trending down for some time. So same principle applies. You got price pushed down, right? This is your break to the downside, right? You know that you are looking for sells. Okay. All right. We know that we are looking for sells. Okay. Everybody following? It's pretty simple. Nothing complex, nothing complicated. Okay. That's higher time frame, right? That's a 1 hour. It doesn't matter. Like I mentioned, you could be on a 15-minute time frame. All right. And you see the same things basically occur. If you got a break to the upside, all right, like if this was your last high, all right, break to the upside, boom, market goes up. Okay, this was the last high, break to the upside, all right. After that, market goes up, all right, break to the upside, okay, come back, market goes up, all right, and so on and so on and so forth. Okay, downside, same thing. Okay, everybody grasp that. So you go to the market, all right, whatever time frame you're trading on, where did I get my last break? All right, everybody following? We good? That wasn't complex, nothing complicated. All right, so that's number one. That's the first thing. All right, that's the first thing. All right, that's the first thing. Good. Secondly, all right. Now I taught in depth on it in the previous sessions, all right? So I'm not gonna go that in depth on it, all right, in this session. But secondly, what you're looking for now is you establish direction. No, you're looking for entry. Okay, you're looking for entry. So two things you want to think about when we're looking at entries now. The two questions that you want to ask yourself now is when and where. All right, like keep it simple. When and where? When am I looking to enter the market, and where am I looking to enter the market? All right. When am I looking to enter the market, and where am I looking to enter the market? Here's one thing I will tell you about gold. More often than not, gold will take you to the extreme, to the extreme low or to the extreme high. All right. More often than not, gold will take you to the extreme low or to the extreme heights. Right. So where the move began, right? Where did the like this? When price pushed up and broke this previous high, where did this push up begin? All right, like that's so we're thinking about where, first of all, where did the push up begin? Right? Where did it push down? Right? That broke this low. So this right here, this move here, right? Where did this start from? It started here, right? Where did this break start from? Right? It started here. Right? So we're thinking about where now. Okay, where did this actually start? Where did the move start? Right? Good, turkeys. All right. So we know order blocks, etc. I'm not going to go into depth today. We just like in terms of order blocks and fair value gaps and so forth. I'm just giving you guys simple stuff that you could take away and say, you know what, all right, listen, this is what I'm looking for. Then you can go back, look at the videos that we went in depth, I put it together. All right. So you want to know, okay, where did the move start from? We know, okay, great. The move started down here. All right. The move started down here. All right. Just make this. All right. So boom. This is where the move started here. Okay. The move started here. This is where the momentum was. This is where you see your engulfing candles, etc. Like, where did the momentum begin? Where did the push start from? That's the next question to ask yourself. Where did the move start from? Right? Where did they get the momentum? Yeah. Where are the engulfing candles? As you watch the videos, then you understand. Okay, where are the engulfing candles? Where's the momentum? Right? Because now, once I establish where the move began, I have an idea of, okay, where I am looking to either buy or sell. Right? I establish now where I am looking to buy or sell. So, for example, here my thought process now would be, okay, if this is where the market is, I got time. So whether you are a busy professional, right? Whether you can look at your phone all day, etc. I'm not in the markets all day. I'm in the markets for a few hours, right? But whether you are present or not, you know that if you come and you do an analysis of the market, you establish direction, right? You establish direction, and now you can establish, okay, this is where I am looking for these buys. So if I see this, where I am looking to buy back in this area, guys, watch this. Only two things could happen. Is either it comes back or not. Right? Listen, it is either it will come back or it will not. Don't get caught up in that. All you know that you are following the system that you have in place. It's either going to happen or not. That's why I don't get all up in arms if it doesn't come back or if it doesn't happen, right? Because I'm not checking for that. What I'm checking for is the break and where the move began. Everybody got that? You following? Right, and listen, we're gonna play this to the chart. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm saying immediately, so that you could apply it as well. I'm gonna show you the different time frames, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. It's the same thing with this. You're looking for where did the move begin? Where was the momentum? Boom. Right. So you're looking at these points. You're looking at these points, et cetera. Okay. Great. Let's apply that to the chart now. All right. Let's go. Same things, same areas that we just like pointed out and so forth. Right. So using this as an example, right? Let's go to the first one. right? Let's go to the first one. So we had this as a high, for example, right here, right? Then we had price push up right here, okay, and break this high, okay? Yeah, price push up and break this high. The momentum, right, started here, right? The momentum started here. And here's a key to note. Before the momentum comes in, you're going to get the accumulation, right? Meaning you're going to get the market starting to range or the market starting to consolidate. Like think about it like, all right, we're building up now, right? We're building up to take off, right? So the market going to start to consolidate and so forth before it really blasts off. Okay, before the market really takes off, it's going to start to consolidate. It's going to start to range. Okay, so for example, like here, you see, the market basically like ranging. We're just going up, we're just going down, etc. within this area, right? Before we actually take off. Okay. So here, right, here is where the momentum basically began here, right? This is where the momentum began. Boom. We got that big push up. We got the engulfing candles. Okay. So we got that push. Great. We're looking at where did the momentum begin? Phenomenal. We established where it began, and then we are only looking for those buys in that area. It's either it comes back or not, right? It's either it comes back or not, right? So then here you see, for example, price came back to the area and then boom, we gone again. All right, we gone again. I'm gonna show you again. So here, right, once again, this is where the accumulation was. This is where the market started to range. This is where like the build up and so forth started to happen. So where are we looking for buys, right? So now we got the same thing, right, that we just mentioned. Um, where is it? Right. We got the same thing that we just mentioned. Let's use a smaller arrow. Yes. Okay, good. Right. We got the break here, right? Price broke above this high. Right? We got the break here. Great. So now, next question. What's the next question? We established direction. What's the next question? Let me see. Talk to me. What's the next question? We established price broke to the upside. Spectacular. Now what? Okay, good. Where? All right. Look, next question is where, right? Where did the momentum come from? Perfect. All right. So now here we're looking at, okay, this is where the momentum came from. This is where the momentum started. All right. So where I'm looking at here, right? I am looking at in here for price to come back. Yeah, I'm looking at in here for price to come back. Boom. So you're not looking to buy, right? Unless the market comes back into that area. So this is going to save you, right? For everybody that jumps into the market, I mean, it's completely up to you. I just don't subscribe to that. Right? Everybody that jumps into the market when price is already buying, like price is already going to the sky, and you want to jump on to that bandwagon, all right? I'm telling you what's going to happen is you're going to get skinned up. All right. You're gonna jump into the market, wait for me, wait for me, wait for me, and price is going to turn all the way back around. All right. Price is gonna turn all the way back around, and mash it up. Right. So for me, it's just wait. It's just a little bit of patience, just a little bit. You're gonna get the move you're looking for, but just wait. Right. Thank you for your donation. Please come again. Absolutely. All right. So you got the window, right? You got the where, right? You got the where. This is where I am looking at. I'm looking for price to come back within these areas. So for example, here, remember I said, is either it's going to come back or not, right? Like that ain't your responsibility, right? Your responsibility is to just do, all right? Just follow the system. Okay. So for example, here, this is where the momentum started, right? So at some point, we're more than likely gonna get price come back into this area, right? At some point. You know what I mean? It doesn't always happen, yeah, but at some point. Right? So we got a price push up. Boom. All right. We brought these highs here. Okay. We didn't get a price come back into that area. Right. We pushed up here. Right. We pushed up right here. But this is what I want you to look at. Right. What I want you to look at, this is where we will get a little bit more in depth, right? But just for argument's sake, I'm gonna put it out there for now. Right? Look at where, remember I said, look at where price started to like accumulate. Right? Where you start to get like that sideways movement. You get big moves after the accumulation, after the consolidation, right? You get big moves after the market, ranges. Yeah. Then we get price, do like this, boom, push up, right? So for example, that was a high, right? This created a high point, you know. Market started to range, and then boom, we jumped up again, right? Create another high right here. Okay, create another high right here. Yeah. So let's say, right? I'm not going into depth right now, right? But let's just say, for argument's sake, this, for example, was a little pullback, and then price pushed up again, right? We got the momentum and so forth here, right? In the range. Yeah. And you got an opportunity here as well. Okay. You got opportunity here as well. Just follow the principle. All right. Just get the principle right now. All right. We'll talk about this later. All right. And then you have price pull back, boom, into where you see the accumulation. Right. You see where the momentum started. So price came up here, started to accumulate, boom, more momentum in the market pushed up. Okay, price pushed up, then it pulled back down. So we never got back into this area, all right? So would be kind of risky, okay? So here, then we got, once again, price boom, pushed up, took the high. So we know, all right? Every time okay, like, you don't got guess, we're looking for buys, all right? You're looking for buys because you're just getting those breaks all the time, okay? We're looking for buys, you're looking for buys, you're looking for buys. At some point, you will trade into an area, of course, right, that sales could potentially come in. All right, that's just another disclaimer. Yeah. But we're trading right now this particular pattern in the market. Okay. You're just looking at where the momentum began. Okay. It's either price comes back or it does not. Here, price came, pushed back down here, didn't exactly reach that area, but then once again, took the highs. All right, boom. Okay, we're going again. Yeah, we're going again. Price broke the high. Okay, then we pull back. Yeah, so we establish all the time. We establish all the time where and the direction. Everybody seeing that? Right? We establish all the time the direction by the break. Right? So we establish the direction by the breaks here. Right? And then we get the where, right? By where the momentum began. Is that clear for everybody so far? Is that clear for everybody so far? All right. So then every time price breaks, boom, right? You know what it is that you are looking for. At the very basic level, you know what you're looking for. Okay. I know somebody's saying, Kai, it can't be that easy, but it can. Right? That is not all, right? But that's a part of the principle. And that's what I want you to grasp the principle, right? So we got the direction, we've got where, right? Now we want to look at when, right? We want to look at when to buy. Okay. So we got where we're looking to buy. Now we want to look at when to buy, right? And this is where, this is what I took you guys through, last week when we spoke about when, right? And we're gonna utilize like 5 minute time frames to establish that when, right? To stop you from, like entering the markets too early, right? To stop you from, unnecessary stop losses, etc., etc. Okay? You want to establish when, all right? So actually before we go there, what I'm gonna do, you guys know I like to let it draw up, right? Let it to draw up. All right. Okay. So we got direction, we got where, and now let's deal with when, right? The when, right? So I want you to see, imagine this, I'm gonna try my best to make it practical. But imagine this, we are on a 15-minute time frame. So imagine we dropped now to a 5-minute time frame. All right. Imagine we dropped to a 5-minute time frame. And what you're looking for is literally the same things that we look for on this bigger perspective right here, right? You're looking for lower time frame breaks, okay? So we're on a 5-minute time frame. So follow me here, okay? Follow me here. As the market comes down, right? Like we come down, we will see, like these lows, we will see the highs, etc., as price trades and comes down, right? Like you'll see this coming in. Obviously, it may not look this nice and this pretty, every time, but we see these things. Okay. Boom. So we got the where. So we know, okay, but in this area, we're looking to buy. Now, you always hear me say you got two options. The riskier option is to buy once price gets in this area, right? So for example, if you are the busy professional, you might set like a buy limit, for example, and go about your day, right? It's risky because it's only part of the confirmation, but more often than not, it will play out as well. All right. So, you could put a limit in that area and be gone. All right. Or you could do, so they call that first to the party entry, right? So you're first, boom, you're in as soon as price top the where that you are in the market, right? Second to the party now, which is safer entering the market, right? Which is, how it would approach the market more often than not, especially like if I send a signal and so forth. Yeah. So this window is what you're looking for is you're looking for, remember I said like these previous highs, right? Here, like this was a lower height. You're looking for these previous highs to get broken, okay? So you're looking for the market to come up and take this. Now you don't want to see it like following this same structure anymore. You want to see the structure get disrupted, right? It's like we got lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, that kind of stuff. We want to see the market disrupt that, right? Let's trade through that. Boom, right? You want to see that happen. This what this looks like, guys. What this looks like. Remember I said you want to do the same thing on every time frame. It's the same. It's the same. This looks like this, right? Where this was a previous high and this pushed through this particular area right here. So after seeing this, what is your next question? Let me see who's tracking. What's your next question? After you see this, what's your next question? Thank you very much. Weird. Right? You see, listen, you see how simple this could be? Right? It's no weird. Okay, cool. It's like, all right, I got the break now, right? I got the break, boom, direction, right? So now I'm paying attention. I got my break. This tells me direction. This tells me I am looking to buy. My next question though is where. That is the only thing I'm looking for now is where. Oh my goodness, right? So now this is where you at, right? Because now you're starting to you're looking at the market through the same lens as this. It's the same thing, all right? Because now you're doing this, boom. This is where the momentum begins. So looking to buy, boom, back in here, right? Because what this did, this showed me or gave me an indication. All right, we are done pulling back. We're done selling. We're done going down, right? We are now looking to shift to the upside. So this confirmed, right? This confirmed, right, or gives me a higher probability that this is going to do like this and go up. Everybody following? That makes sense, right? That makes sense because really and truly, right? Look, this is the same thing we did here, right? This is the same thing that we did here, right? It's the same thing we did here. No, granted, disclaimer, not every time, right? It's a disclaimer, and not every time the market is going to give you that opportunity, right? To jump in here. Yeah, like sometimes momentum starts and boom, price goes. Yeah, that's another training for another session. But grab the principle, right? Grab the principle because more often than not, this will happen. Yeah. So when price pushes up, we know, okay, boom, direction. Second question, where? Boom. All right. This answers our when to get into the market. Everybody tracking? Like, you making sense? You tracking? That makes sense, though. You know? Let me know. Anybody lost? Let me know if you lost or if you didn't catch it. All right. Let me know if you didn't catch it. Let me see. 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 Anybody lost? Y'all good? Vanette, you good? Okay, see you respond. Tosin, you good? TT, you good? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Seth, Ramel, Rachel, Nikki, we good? We good? We good? Clear as rain. Clear as rain. I have never heard that one before. Clear as rain? What clear as rain? I mean, rain is water, yeah, but I guess. I mean, that's like rain. That rain ain't heavy. That rain ain't falling heavy at all. Because when that rain falling heavy, it definitely ain't clear. I got you. I got you. Clear. Perfect. All right. I got you. I got you. Right. So listen. So that's what you're looking for. Right. Drop it in and oh, okay. You're gonna get there, Nikki. Don't worry. We're gonna watch this again. I'm gonna upload this video. Right. And we're gonna do a master class. Don't worry. Right. Because this year y'all gonna get it. Right. This year y'all gonna get it. Let me put back up the screen. All right. So you're looking for the same thing. All right, literally, guys, this is how I'm trading these markets every day, right? I mean, we got a few things, obviously, other things involved, but this is at the core, this is at the principle of it, right? Because it's like, bro, listen, if I'm looking at this on a bigger time frame, why am I not looking at it on a smaller time frame? It's the same thing. You know what I mean? It's the same thing, right? So, for example, no, when we come to sell, right, what we looking at? What we looking at? We're looking at no, right? Just imagine guys that this, had a high in it, made one, right? Sorry, this had a low, right? So boom. So imagine we here, okay, all right? Because at this point here, like it's like, look, price just took this high. So it's like, all right, we're in truly be in the area, but if I sell here, like I ain't really got no confirmation as yet. I hoping. Right? I hoping based on this area, I am hoping this area holds. Right? Literally, that's what the first of the party is, to be honest. Is like I'm hoping that this area holds, that this is enough supply in here that it pushes the market back down. But then when I see this, right? When I see this, I keep losing this arrow. Oh, I got it. Got the arrow in my favorites. Can't find the favorites right now. Anyway, all right. So when I see this now, it's like, yo, you got my attention, bruh. All right. Now we're looking to push. So all they're looking to do is as soon as this pull back up. So and let me tell you why, right? I'm waiting for the pull back up. So I can reduce my risk, right? I can reduce my risk. Okay. So I want to see this, boom, and then we drop off. All right, that's what I want to see. I want to reduce my risk. So I'm waiting for the pullback hit, right? Because as you guys can see, there it is. Look like a chart. From here to here could be like could be like 100 pip move. You know what I mean? Back up, all right? Like we want to reduce that stop as much as possible, right? And then boom, run the entry. Okay, run the entry. Listen, keep trading simple in your mind. Yeah, like I give you guys the terminologies and all that kind of stuff because teaching and things going on YouTube and all that. But like brother, if we're talking to you, it's like fam, wait for price to break this low, when it pull back, run it. Right? Run it. Okay, like you're not gonna hear me telling you, no, got the order block and if your value gap and da. Like, bruh, when it breaks, run it. All right, run it. Only two things gonna happen is either you're gonna you're gonna hit or you're gonna miss. That's it. You're gonna either hit or miss, right? And that's the thing about trading because not every time, of course, is gonna pan out, right? Like this morning, for example, let me take a L. Let me show you guys what I'm saying. All right, let me show you guys what I'm saying. Um, like this morning, granted, we took a L on this setup here, right? I mean, we came back and got a few pips out of it still, right? So, and this is where you could get, a little, anyway, we keep it simple, right? So, for example, like here, we had this scenario, right? Really and truly, guys, I was going against the trend on this. I was just running, a shorter term setup for price to come lower to buy again. Yeah, that didn't work out. What, happens, right? So, for example, we had like a break here, right? Price push down, we got the break, market pull back up, right? So when it pull back up, we're looking at same thing, really momentum start, right? So here, show you what I'm saying, all right? So here, now, you got low, you got that was a high, right? Price came up, took this low here, boom, we dropped through it at this point right here, right? When price drop, you want to see it basically close below, pull back up, you could get an entry. All right. So for example, here, that was our entry today, right? For those of you that took the signal, and you still got like a 90, just about a 90 pip drop on that. Yeah. Overall, it didn't go all the way, that we were looking for. Price, shifted and pushed to the upside, right? But in every case, right, this is where too we get mixed up with trading and so forth. Like, bro, you don't need to catch a 200 pip, 300 pip, 100 pip move all the time. Sometimes from you could grab a 50 and be done. Go and do something else with your life. You don't live to trade. You trade to live, right? And 50 pips in the market, you could be good. You could be straight, right? You could be straight, right? But anyway, so like but I hope you guys capture what it is that I'm saying. Regardless, all of this in play out, right? You see the same principles apply. So when I give you guys an entry and so forth in the market, it's like, bro, right? That's what we're looking for, right? Simple. Keep it simple. It's either gonna happen or not, right? And then when that didn't happen, check. Let me show you, right? When that didn't happen, right? When the break didn't happen, first broke here, right? Took these heights, okay? So then what we gonna do? Next question. What's the next question, guys? We got direction. What's the next question? Where? Thank you. Oh my goodness. I just want y'all to know, right, that Chelsea is my cousin. Chelsea play game, man. All right. Chelsea is my cousin. I just want y'all to know that. And about 10 years ago, 10? How long was trading now? 2018. About 10 years ago, Chelsea was Chelsea, how old is now? How old is now, Chelsea? Chelsea is 18. 10 years ago, Chelsea was 8. All right. And they talk about Chelsea 10 years ago, looking at charts, learning to trade. I just want y'all to know. I just had to say that. I spoke about that 10 years ago. Jeez, all trying because of my figure it yourself, man. You remember that I said? All right. I'm glad I remember. Anyway, right? Natasha, all right. And I will also have you all know Natasha is my cousin as well. Right? Natasha is also my cousin. All right, anyway, yeah. So watch this, right? Watch this. Watch this. All right. Oh, I see. Good, good. Y'all know that I ain't lying. All right, but watch this. Same thing. Same thing. After that, now we're looking at weird, right? You got the momentum. You're looking at weird. All right, Brian. Right? You're looking here now. Okay, cool. We established where. Where are we looking to buy in the market? Right? We establish where we're looking to buy. Okay. Now we establish where, right? This particular scenario here, you might not have got, what is that we're looking for though, right? Just because of how quick it happened, but I'm gonna show you how you still could have got it, all right? So here we got price pushed down into this area, boom, it went fast, all right? Like price just drop into the area, boom, gone. You know what I mean? Like on a 5 minute, you didn't get it. But you see, what I want you to see is the principle applies. The same principle applies. There ain't nothing different that was done, nothing spectacular that was done. It is the principle, right? Grab the direction, boom, got the break, price pull back, boom, right? And price pull back, we establish where we're looking to buy, right? Scenario like this, you probably might have had, to go down on a much lower time frame, right? To get an entry, right? Maybe like a 1 minute, just because of how price drop, all right? And so that would be like a 1 minute, push up above, right? Pull back, and then run an entry at this point. Yeah. Same principle. It's just, the way or the speed at which that happened, you would definitely wouldn't have got it on a 5 minute time frame. Okay. All right. You wouldn't have got that on a 5 minute time frame. But you see the principle, right? The principle applies. And if you miss that there, right? Look, you got here again, price broke above. All right, cool. Next thing we're looking at, where the momentum. Boom. Right? We're looking for the engulfings. Yeah? We're looking at momentum. Where the momentum at? Boom. Price came back into the area, going again. You guys, you see what I'm saying? All right. Price come back into the area. Boom. We going again. Right? So you got here, when we're looking at window, right? Let me show you exactly how or what it would look like, right? You got price pull back. Right? So here, right? Here, that was your last pullback right here, look. So you're looking at when price breaks that. Okay. So you may not get it, like all the way at the bottom, that's fine. We want confirmations, right? You want to see the shift. Okay. So you get, for example, price come, boom, push up there, pull back here, right? Run it. Okay. Price push back, push, break above, right? Same thing that we're looking for, right? And you're looking to run that in that particular area. Okay. You're looking to run it within that particular area. And you just rinse and repeat it over and over and over and over again. Right? Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. I try not to delete the entries and stuff that I give you guys in the signals. All right. Just show to help you guys, like with this. All right. So that's why you see like a lot of stuff on my screen because it'd be like teaching and you know what I mean? All right, that's the only reason, like, because I leave things on my screen, I'm putting up signals and all these lines, and right, otherwise my chart be like just empty. All right, but nonetheless, yeah. So I remember, I think it was actually that's the same area here, right? So yeah, that was a Friday, right? So you would not count that unless you run that particular entry early. Okay. But me give you examples. All right. But we good. We following though. Like this simple enough. I didn't talk anything complex. It's simple enough. All right. So example here again. Boom. You had a break here. Price push up, come back down. We're looking at where, right? The where is here. Okay. All right. The where was here. And first to the party entry, you'll run that setup. You made that this wick, right? You made that this wick. Again, smaller time frame entry, would have given you an entry at this point. Or you just wait for the next entry, which would be when price breaks here. When price breaks, look for the pullback, right? You're waiting for price to come back within that particular area. Okay. You're looking at ideally, all right, I'm looking at within this area here to get the bites. Yeah. You see how, right? Price came back into the area, you ran it, all right? Because you basically got your confirmation at that point, right? Price break, you're looking at when. This is your when, okay? All right. Sorry, this is your weird, okay? Pretty much, it's your when and your weird. You got the break, price pull back, right? Give you a confirmation here. Price took a previous high on a 5-minute time frame. Boom, pull right back into the area, run it, get in the trade, buy, all right? Buy it. If you need more confirmation, the same thing can occur, right? Your price, this was like your last highs here, all right? Price came up, boom, when it broke, right? When it broke, then you're looking for pullbacks within this area. When you get the break, and you get into trade, all right? Price came back, boom, gone again, okay? Just waiting for the actual break, right? You want to see candle closing above, okay? Once you get candle closing above, pullbacks, enter another entry, right? Perfect entry. At that point, gone, gone. We following? We good? It makes sense? All right? Every time. Break above, that's where the momentum began, right? You got a long way at this point, enter, right? Gone. Okay? Yeah, we good? We good? This was a phenomenal entry. Remember, I think I'm giving this in the chat. All right? Put this in the education chat. Let me see what's going on. All right, same thing to highs. Let me take the highs, if it pull back. Right setups. I can't make it no more simple than that, guys. All right, we're gonna do a master class. Like, let me know. Y'all be interested in like a in person or like a small group type of session that we could like really get into it. Like come show you and so forth, and like you really, 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 really get this. All right, let me know. Let me know if you guys would be interested in that for real, because at this point, like, yo, ain't getting no more simple than that. All right, I try to make it as simple as possible. Yeah, as simple as possible. Like today, we kept it simple. Remember when you get direction, and then it's when and where, right? Where and when, that's it. Yeah. And that is it. In person mass class, and we do it on our own, correct. Correct, correct. That'll be the whole purpose, the whole point of it, right? So with that being said, guys, that is the end of this session. Right, we've been here for like an hour and a half or so. I hope that this was of value. I hope you guys take away something. Now you could like just go on a play. You know what I mean? Like you go on a play. Like I started to drop some stuff in the chat because it's like, yo, you are actually applying what it is that has been taught. All right. That's my aim for you guys, that you keep this thing simple. All right, you keep this thing simple. The simpler you keep it, right, the easier it basically becomes, because you just do the same thing over and over, and you build confidence, right, and confidence to execute, right, and that's literally, guys, what I do day in, day out, right, because I've seen it happen so much. Remember I told you guys about utilizing our replay tool on TradingView, right? Because I've seen it happen so much, build confidence, right? I built confidence, yeah. Because really and truly, like, see like this. If you look at this, all right, first break, broke the height, all right, broke the height. Where the momentum began. See, momentum began down here, right? Momentum began down here. Boom, price traded back into it. As I said, really and truly, we shouldn't be in this trade. To be quite honest, we really shouldn't be in this trade. You know what I mean? Not for the sell, to be honest. Yeah. But I was looking for, let me tell you what I was looking for. I was looking for price to come back within this area here, right? So we got price top in here to buy, all right? What we also got was price breaking, like price breaking previous heights. Yeah, price break above. We should at least got like a sell back down, what I mean, within this area here, all right? So that's what I was looking at, but didn't work out. We got a few pips, but not enough. You know what I mean? So this was the buy, really and truly, right? Price broke above, traded back down into the weir, bang, ran the entry, all right? Ran the entry here. Yeah, price break above. When the pullback happens, which we'll be looking for down here, we go again. Missed that, that's fine. You got another opportunity. Price break above, high again, boom, pull back, run it. All right, run it. Like, shoot, shoot. Yeah, man. So that is it. I trust that everybody found value in this session. I trust that you guys go on and apply it. Let me know, man, if this session was of value. Put some fire in the chat. Put a 5 in the chat. Give me some virtual high fives. If something, unlocked in your mind tonight. And shout out to Tosin and TT. You guys are in a completely different time zone. Pick up yourself, Sophia. I see that thumbs up. Love it, love it, love it. Five, five, five. Nice. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Bro. What's up, Kendra? What is up? Good way to start the year. Yeah, I agree. Great way to start the year. Right. Let's go. Let's get this bike. Like, just practice it. No. All right. Just implement. Just implement. Just implement. Okay. And always remember what I say though. Right. Nothing is standalone. So I showed you guys simplicity. Make sure you tie it to everything else that I taught you. All right. Tie it into, obviously supply and demand and so forth. Because you don't want to be a case where, for example, like you get let's use quick example, right? Just to drive home this particular point. Okay. Um, yeah, just to drive home this point real fast. All right. You don't want it to be a case where you let's see. You don't want it to be a case where you are basically like looking for buys in a sell us you're looking for buys in a supply zone, all right? Or you're looking for sells in a demand zone. You know what I mean? All right. So like for example, like everybody was looking at this point here to sell gold and it was still in the uptrend. You know what I mean? Market was still in the uptrend. Like this area here, all this was a demand. Okay. So it's like this is where now you just gotta use wisdom and understand, like I say, it's not standalone. So you got a break here, you know what I mean? The thought would be, all right, where the momentum began, right? And sell it. All right. Where you can truly know is like, all right, this was just, other variables I'm not gonna go into right now, liquidity sweeps and so forth. And the market, took off to the upside. Okay. Like we still in an uptrend. All right. If we come all the way out on the hour, for example, we're still trending up on gold. Right. So really and truly everything more favorable for buys. Okay. So, that's the only thing I just want to leave with you. Okay. So make sure you tie everything together still. Right. It's gonna help you significantly, man. This year, it's gonna be that year, right? But you gotta bring it. You know what I mean? You gotta the year can't just be to you. You gotta be to the year. You know what I mean? All right. We be hoping, man, man, this year is a good year for me. Like, yo, you becoming any better, you be something to the year. You know what I mean? You become better. All right. And you're gonna see the results and everything, flourish, man. Everything's gonna come into fruition for you. All right. So with that being said, guys, have a blessed one. I'm gonna see you guys on Market Mastery next week. next week, Monday. All right. Be blessed. Peace out.